Hey, Pokemon trainers. Let me close my door. Hey, welcome to Training Riolu. I want to get shiny Articuno today. Let me make sure we are... Here we go. Yeah. This is... Got this up. Sure. Yo, what's... Numbered our days, your Articuno, says Dialga. Yeah, we're gonna get this bird. Okay, that should be a little bit more centered. Okay. Oh. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, yo, hello. Welcome to Training Riolu, guys. I hope you're having a great day. We are back to try and get this shiny Articuno. I've got my predictions written down. I forgot to send Virgil his cards today, so I have them in the truck waiting to send them off tomorrow. But maybe the reason for that is because I am gonna land the shiny on his prediction today. Maybe that's what's gonna happen, and I get to send him those cards tomorrow. Maybe that's what's going on. But I have a feeling that we're getting the shiny Articuno today. I'm thinking that we're gonna do it. So I'm hoping that we get the shiny, and we can start with Mewtwo. Oh my God! All right, Dialga, did you just mix up all the words? Today, shiny the get will we think you do number what? 1300 until resetting the 1100 at starting. Are we today? Eevee go let's Pokemon in the shiny. Oh my God. 1111 is taken, Virgil, by Bolts. YouTuber Bolts came in a while back and guessed that we have 1111 for his prediction. It was 1111. So sorry, but that one is taken. That's a good one though. That's a good that's a solid prediction. Yo, maybe we get it on 1111. So 1 2 3 4 is also taken by Cobalt. Bolt Master. Dialga, are you gonna start a channel called Bolt Master? And then like I'll have Cobalt and YouTuber Bolts and Bolt Master, YouTuber Bolt Master. 1155. Virgil, I got you. 1212. Oh, yo, I've got you down, Virgil. I think you just made me remember or you just helped me realize what number I want to take down. And then 1245. I think I want to do 12. Yeah, I do. I want to do. You call Bolts Bolt Master? Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. My prediction's gonna be 1214 for Training Riolu. Okay. I have a feeling we're getting the shiny today, guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we'll get the shiny today? I'm going to put a poll in the chat because I've been putting polls in the chat recently. I want to do a cool poll. I think we had a pretty good one. Was it last time we did the Articuno hunt? We had like a poll about whether or not we'll get a Seal Pokemon because King Seal was here and he was rocking, the Seal predictions about winds and waves, and I liked that. I thought that was a pretty cool poll. There was like a couple of no's and like a bunch of yeses. Everybody thinks we're gonna get a new Seal Pokemon in Winds and Waves. And my poll before that was, do you think Albert Einstein would be somebody who's a fan of Pokemon? And like everybody voted yes. 100%. Everybody thinks Albert Einstein would be a fan of Pokemon. Like, and what that says to me is that you guys think, you know, like it shows to me that like you'd have to be dumb not to like. You're geniuses if you like Pokemon. You know what I mean? You'd have to be dumb not to. There you go. There you go. That's what I inferred from that. Okay, now we got to come up with a cool poll. So, does anybody have any questions that they want in the poll? So let me give that option to you. And but I'm starting to think that maybe the question is going to be along the lines of like, do we get the shiny Articuno today? Yo, I've been thinking about Marvel because Spider-Man came out, and so today I've been saying like, I want my bird. You know, like Mickey Rourke's character in Iron Man 2. Yo, I want my bird. Yo, I don't know. Yo, that's what's been going on in my head. I put it in the description on a few things that I posted, and I put it in the Discord. Yo, I want my bird. I want my bird. There it is. Okay. I got to see my fur nephew today. Yo, I've got like this, I feel like I've got like this puppy dog, like claw mark all along my neck because he gave me a big hug. And like, as he was like going down, you know, and from giving me a hug, he like scratched, his claw just ran across my neck. So I was like, oh, dang. Yo, puppy boy, you got me. You got me. All right. 11:05. Dialga, we're at your prediction, dude. We made it here. Yo, what if we get the shiny right now? Yo, that'd be crazy. It's gonna be interesting if we do get the shiny Articuno right off the bat. We can go to Cerulean Cave, and I think what we'll do is just spend a couple hours hunting for a Master Ball and getting ready for Mewtwo. That's probably what we'll end up doing. I want to take on a few more masters, like a couple more like Pokemon trainers that are mastering their Pokemon. Yeah, like I think that'd be kind of cool. But all right, like I don't know if we're gonna get the shiny. You know what I'm saying? Like it might not happen. But typically, we on the shinies we've spent like 40 resets on getting the shiny, and we'll get the shiny. Yo, and we get it pretty quickly early in the stream. So yo, okay, there it is. That it's possible that we get it right off the bat. You know. Okay, Dialga, we weren't able to get the shiny bird on 11:05, but I'm gonna try and keep pace with the clock. By the time we're at an hour, we should be at 11:50. Yeah, we should be around 11:50. So this stream is gonna probably be around 4. Pokemon Hub Center. Hi, I hope you get it, but I gotta go. Yo, I'm glad you're here. Pokemon Hub Center. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you. I hope we get it today too. I told Articuno in the title. I said your days are numbered. You know, like you're pushing yourself into like becoming a shiny by waiting so long. You know what I mean? Like it's gotta happen. We gotta get the shiny. So yo, I'm looking forward to it. I hope we get it today. I'd imagine it's gonna happen soon though. You know, I think we get it soon. But yeah. So, I'm really proud. So, okay, you guys, the Spider-Man movie came out, brand new day. Yeah, I'm really proud of a lot of people because I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen the movie myself, but like everything that I've seen online, Sadie Sink's character has been the secret of Sadie Sink's character. Whoever she's playing in Spider-Man A Brand New Day, the secret has been kept pretty well as far as everything that I've seen. And so I appreciate that because like I want to go see the movie and I'll learn who Sadie Sink's character is, and there's been plenty of speculation around like who is she playing? You know, like what character is she going to be? You know, like there's 4DX is going to be funny. Yo, man, I'd imagine so, Virgil. Yo, you got fun? Yo, yeah, yeah, that's probably gonna be fun too. But it might be funny. There might be some physical like laughter going on because like I don't know what's gonna happen, but like from what we've seen so far in the movie, Spider-Man is probably gonna go through some strange changes, and whatever the like Spider-Man's gonna like grow in his powers possibly and stuff like that. Yo, what does that mean for theaters that are running 40x? What does that mean for theaters that are gonna be running 40x? I'm excited to hear about it, man. Yo, let me know. When you see Spider-Man, I want to know how everything goes, man. Yeah, please tell me. Please tell me. Yeah, yo, yeah, Dialga. Okay. Yo, okay. So today, Dialga finished the first part of the hyperspace saga in the DLC, the mega dimensions in the DLC. Okay. So Dialga's been playing Legends EA, and he just finished the first part of mega dimensions. So Dialga just said, "Yo, part of the mega dimension was kind of sad. When you look for Darkrai and you see AZ." Okay, yeah, yo, man, it's okay, yo, thank you, Virgil. Yo, Virgil said he's for sure. He's gonna let us know how the 40x goes. I got you. I don't think we have 40x where I'm at, and so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a chance to see it in 40x. But yeah, Dialga just finished the first part of the DLC in Mega Dimensions, which is really cool, man. I know. That led me into tons of speculation and ideas and theory crafting around what's going on with Darkrai and what's going on with the hyperspace dimensions, the hyperspace holes. Yo, I really appreciated like the journey that you take. You meet you meet Karina, you meet Ansha. They take you onto this journey, and you work with Corbeau to try and start solving the mystery around the hyperspace holes and what's going on in Lumio City. Why is this happening? You meet like really cool mega evolutions, like you meet Staraptor, and you meet Mega Heatran, and you meet like Dialga, we did not get the shiny on 1110, but we're at 1111, which is Boltz's prediction. From a few streams back, like I think a week ago, Boltz made a prediction of 1111. We're finally here. I was hoping we would get the shiny before this, and we didn't. But while you're working on with Corbeau to investigate everything that's going on around Lumio City, you find out that mega Pokemon are in the hyperspace holes in the hyperspace dimension. And there's no reason, you don't have any reason for it. So looking further into it and discovering more about it, you find that, Darkrai is kind of behind it all. He was trapped in the tower. Okay, 1111 was not the shiny. Sorry, Boltz. All right. I'm sorry that wasn't the shiny, man. We didn't get it. But we're working our way to 1142 for Aubrey's prediction, and then right after that, we're going to be working towards Virgil's prediction. Okay, so you find out that Darkrai has been emitting this power, creating these dreams and nightmare realm, like a dream and nightmare realm. But what is happening is he's absorbing all this power from Ange, the Prism Tower. Okay, you want 1113? I got you down. All right, we will work towards 1113, Dialga, and we'll see if we can get that shiny for you, man. I got you down. Yeah. So like in the Prism Tower, Darkrai is trapped because they boxed in the Prism Tower, and they put a big cover over it, and maybe it's possible that there's no exit, but regardless whether there's an exit or not, Darkrai is stuck in there, and he's isolated inside the Prism Tower. And while that's happening, he's absorbing the power of Ange, which could be related to Xerneas's life power. And so as Darkrai is absorbing all this life power, Darkrai becomes a Mega Evolution Pokemon. Yo, that is so cool. So that definitely gives us some more instance on Yveltal's power, the taker away of life, and Xerneas, the life-giving Pokemon, the giver of life. And so the power that both of those Pokemon hold allow for a next stage in evolution for Pokemon that's temporary, only during battles and on when you're using your Mega Stones and you have a bond with your Pokemon. Can you have Mega Evolution? So with Xerneas's life energy, Darkrai gains the life power and turns into a mega version of itself. And so that allows for us to understand there's another way for Pokemon to figure out Mega Evolution. Now, I think there's still a mystery about Mega Stones, and there's still a mystery around how are those created. But it's really cool because it could be tied to Xerneas's power. Dialga says Xerneas is Xerneas and Yveltal is Yveltal. Are you saying that's how you pronounce it? Okay, yeah, I don't pronounce it that way. To me, it was like a Nordic mythology, like the tree of life, yeah. And then Yveltal has like a Nordic pronunciation of symbolizing like the bringer of death, yeah. So yeah, that's it's kind of neat because the Mega Dimension kind of delves into Xerneas's power, and we find out that with the dreams and the nightmares of all the people in the surrounding area. Oh no, I say, yeah, yeah, Veltal. I probably said that all weird, but I thought it would be funny. Okay, so 1113 Dialga, we did not get the shiny. Sorry about that. But yeah. So with Darkrai gaining the ability to Mega Evolve and also taking in all this power, I think Darkrai's power is amplified to the point that it can make a dreamscape, right? It's not necessarily taking on people's nightmares, but it's taking on people's subconscious minds. Not like that. Okay, yeah. Yveltal. Yeah, that's how I say it too. Okay. Okay, so it takes on the subconscious minds of everyone around Darkrai to build this alternate world where there are portals popping up and that thin veil between the realm that Darkrai creates and existence. So the realm that Darkrai creates is in people's subconscious mind, creating these hyperspace portals to go into hyperspace, which is basically a mindscape of what people are imagining and thinking. So there's somebody who or Pokemon that are having dreams of even becoming more than what they are, like Staraptor and Heatran and Meowstic and all these different. I say Rayquaza as Rayquaza. Yeah. I've been trying to transition between the two because I've always said Rayquaza growing up, but Pokemon itself has announced that Rayquaza is pronounced Rayquaza. So I try to intermittently change between the two. You know what I mean? Just to get used to different ways of saying it. Yo, Waffles the Torchic. Yo, welcome to the chat. I'm happy you're here at Training Riolu. Welcome back. Yo, today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. That's crazy. I hope you guys are having a good week. It's the middle of the week. We're on the latter half of the week and we're making our way towards the weekend. Yo, Hopefully you're having an amazing week. You made it to the middle. You know what I mean, Waffles? You're here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Dialga, you made it to on the Mega Dimensions, you know, the DLC, you're made it to the point where all these things are happening in Lumio City, and it's really cool because greetings, Poke fans. I make sure to call the audience, you guys, Pokemon trainers, you know? I feel like you deserved it, you know? You deserve to be called Pokemon trainers. We've all earned that over time, you know? In our experiences with Pokemon, we're trainers. We're Pokemon trainers. And we're training Riolu, you know? Like here on this channel, we've got to grow. We've got to become more. Higher and higher. Oh man. Speaking of which, last night, for the first time ever, I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. Man, that movie is transcendent. It is incredible, man. It like that movie was, I say Pidgeot as Pidgeot. Okay, like kind of like how Pidgeot says its own name. Andalin, yo, welcome to the chat. Hi, I'm happy you're here. I hope you're feeling better, and I hope your dog is healing up. Yo, I hope your dog's on his way to recovery. Kid in Lucario, the Mystery of Mew, she pronounces as Pidgeot. Yes, Pidgeot. All right, kid gets to say Pokemon names too. You know what? That's kind of interesting. Voice actors that are creating ways to say Pokemon names. That is interesting, right? You get to do that. You're in the show. You're voice acting for a character, and you can create how Pokemon names are pronounced. You get to do that. Okay, we're on our way to 11:42 for Aubrey's prediction, and then after that we'll be working towards 11:55. But yo, last night I got to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I think that movie is so incredible. And what I will say is that, to boil it down to like the base level, it's a movie and a story about a family that haven't figured out how to be authentic in themselves, learning how to be authentic in themselves. And it's really cool because there's this like plot device where you're able to like absorb the things that you understand in other in other dimensions, in other universes where you exist. And so you can learn from yourself, and like it's basically like, saying like in every universe you chase that thread of something that happened in your life and became something that happened to you. They even like I'm pretty sure Rick and Morty, there's probably some writers on that show that have like Rick and Morty attached to it, because there's a scene where Evelyn, the main character, is like being shown as all her multiversal selves, and some of them are like cats, and some of them are like creatures and monsters, and some of them are just like versions of her where like it's just tons and tons of like cuts of like her face on top of her face, and it's just like everything that she is in every universe. And so it's interesting because she's adapting to learning skills from herself in other universes, and it allows her to like become like a fierce warrior in a way, to take on the things that are against her and her family and her way of life, and the things that are going on like with her and her daughter, and with her and her father, and with her and her husband. And so like those all manifest in ways that are like physical like threats to her character and stuff like that. and they're all conceptual threats to her character as well. And what she learns, I know this movie's been out for a while, so this is going to go into spoiler territory. But what she learns is that, like, not only is she powerful, and her potential is powerful, and every thread that she took the opportunities to be something else in every other universe is powerful. And so she becomes all of it. And what she realizes is that, despite kind of, lowering her expectations of what her husband was, who just is a nice guy, she finds the power that he has in her life to overcome those conceptual threats. And so uses the power of kindness. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. She uses the power of kindness to understand that other people are just living their lives. And even though they're this like physical threat, there's the conceptual threat. They are all people too. And in those other universes where these people exist, they are just living their lives in this in the universe where she is at the time, and she finds the kindness to put those people at ease so that there's no longer a threat. And it resonated with me, man. It resonated with me, and it was incredible to watch these characters go through the things that they're going through as people, as like their individual selves, as like the husband and wife, as like the father and daughter. It was I think it's something we can all understand about ourselves in some capacity or another, because hopefully we all have relationships that we care about. And it was incredible to see how easily just a simple phrase impacted like my emotions about my family and like my parents and my siblings and my friends and my found family, the people that really fucking mean so much to me and have supported me in ways that no one ever could have. We're all people, and we all get to the places that we're going to, and it's so powerful, because sometimes it's not easy, and sometimes it's like desperate, like there's a desperation. Evelyn was losing her daughter in every world. She was losing the idea of this person that she cares about more than anything in the world. And she was willing to see her potential, understand herself, and find a way to overcome this desperation, to just to just sit down and explain in an authentic way, like, this is what we're going through, and it's okay. Man, you guys, that movie, I was like sobbing. I was like sobbing in the last third of the movie, and it was so good. Like, there was this line from Kwei Kwan Kui, I think is his name, and he just said, like, in any universe, I would have loved to have just be with you to do laundry and taxes. And I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but there's so many people that I know in my life that it's just like that simple, that I care about and I love so much that I want everything from the mundane to the exciting to the devastating to the laundry and taxes. It was so simply put. And I think it was impactful and emotional, and it was incredible. So yeah, I'm tearing up, and I'm still emotional about watching that movie, but it was so incredible because of how it related to me. And I don't know about you guys, I don't know where you're at with your journeys and where you're at in your lives, but I do care. I care so much about where you're at in your journeys, and I care so much about where you're at in your lives. And if I could right now give you a hug and tell you how much it means to me that you guys are helping me develop this dream of mine, I would give you a hug, and I would let you know thank you, because life is incredible. You are powerful. Everything that you're doing, however it feels, is important. And we all get to make our way through this life in the ways that we decide, and you're doing it, and I'm proud of that. You're deciding, you're making your way through life, and I'm so proud that you are doing that. You're getting there. So yeah, that's basically the movie that I got to watch last night. Everything Everywhere All at Once was incredible. It got awarded. It got amazing accolades, and it was so deserving because you're people, and I think that movie is just saying you're people, and you're powerful, and you're vulnerable, and you're beautiful. So there you go. That's what I wanted to say before I started reading chat again. It was such a beautiful movie. I needed to be able to get that across, and thank you guys. So let me see. Yes, Pidgeot. Yeah, the character in Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Yeah. I'm still taking care of my dog, poor thing. Okay, I hope she starts feeling better soon. I understand that she has medication, or they have medication, sorry. And I hope they're getting better soon. Next, you call Rayquaza? Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Give this man an Oscar? Okay, then you call, you'll call Xerneas? Oh no, okay, Snapesy Hollow, welcome to the chat, dude. I'm happy you're here. Alex, welcome to the chat, man. I'm happy you're here. I was listening to Russian songs. Okay, I hope you got a chance to listen to Rammstein. They're a pretty good Russian band, and they're heavy metal, and they're older, but they're older but good, and there's some clear, Russian words that they are saying that you can sing along to, it's pretty good. Do you see my messages? Yes, I just wanted to say, something that I thought was pretty valuable, Here's your trophy. Thank you, Annalyn. Thank you for the trophy. Thank you. Have you seen, who Death in Pokemon Legends EA? I haven't seen that. Okay, next, Latios. You're going to call Latios? Oh, no, that's that. What? Rammstein is German? Okay, there you go. Even better. So you're listening to Russian music. You can listen to some Rammstein, which is some German music too. My bad. Yeah, there you go. I get to be wrong about stuff, and so yeah. Sometimes I'm wrong about stuff, but yeah, I used to listen to Rammstein a lot. And I think at some point I knew that they were German, and I'm not sure why. But when Alex was saying that he was listening to Russian music, it made me think of Rammstein, and there we go. Yeah, sorry for getting emotional. I'm not sorry for getting emotional, but like my nose is running, so I'm sorry. I'm wiping my nose on camera. That's what I'm sorry about. But I'm happy to be able to share with you guys that incredible moment that I had watching that show. I had some I've been able to watch some pretty incredible stuff recently. I watched Baby Reindeer, which is incredibly authentic and real, because it goes through the confusion of not knowing, like, what life has to give, and sometimes, you know, it's easy to choose to avoid a story, but like sometimes that will lead to consequences, so that's tough. And then I got to watch Wonder Man, which is about like mentorship and about like, you know, being authentic as well, and when you're authentic, how does that present? And it is so cool because it's about the industry of Hollywood. It was going to get some rest. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully you have a great day. I hope you get the shiny. I'll be praying for you. Okay, thank you, Annalyn. What I miss? Yo, okay, yo, what's up, Father Elmo? What's up, Prada? Yo, welcome to the chat, guys. I'm happy you're here. Hopefully you haven't missed anything. I'm just resetting. I gave like a performance, I think, for Annalyn. Alex says okay. Dialga says laddie yes. Okay, yo, I know Dialga is gonna be doing a Latias hunt soon. So yo, good luck getting your orange baby girl. You know what I mean? You got to get that Eon twin, and sometimes you want the shiny one. Yeah. But Father Elmo, I'm glad you're here. And then Prada, yo, I'm happy you're here. Yesterday I kind of got like fixated on the Prada's prediction. Yo, I think that is a cool phrase, and I was asking you, but not you, because I don't think you were here, and I'm not sure if you ever watched it back. But I was saying, I was gonna say, yo, we could start like a segment or like do some collaborations where we do like Prada's predictions. Yo, I like the way that sounds. I like that as like a title of something, and I'm for it, man. If you want to do some Prada's predictions with me, whatever that looks like to you, I'm down. Waffles, the Torchic just sent the popcorn emoji. Yo, thanks, Waffles. Father Pralmo. Yo, okay, so we got Prada Elmo and Father Pralmo. How about Padre Dalmo? Padre, because Prada's in there. Padre Almo? There. Got it. Gotta beat Rayquaza? Oh, okay, yo. Dialga. Yo, good job, man. That was a good pun. Okay. So we're working to 1142 right now. Hey, I think we get the shiny Articuno today. With the Moltres and Zapdos. We got them fairly early on in the streams that we've been doing. I think we get the shiny Articuno later in today's stream, just because it's probably going to be a little bit different than the last two. So let's and I'm gonna go 200 resets today just to knock out another 200. So this is gonna be a longer stream. I'm ready to go, man. Yeah. I watched everything everywhere all at once. I gave like a review, a spoiler review, and an emotional outpouring of how I understand the movie and I understand our experiences. Yo, it was pretty incredible. So that's what's going on so far. You haven't missed much, but I'm glad you're here now. I predict that Articuno will be shiny someday. Yo, okay. I could write that down, Prada, but I don't know if I could count it whenever we get the shiny. You know what I mean? It's gotta. If you want me to take down your prediction, I've got to have like a few specific numbers. A few specific numbers. There you go. Okay. I think it's gonna be today, though. I think it's gonna be today. Yes, that's true. Yo, Father Elmo's, you're right about that. Prada, you're right too. Yo, you guys are absolutely correct in saying I predict that Articuno will be shiny someday. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hell yeah, you're right. And then, Virgil said, laugh out loud someday. Yo, that's foul. Okay, yo, foul. I love that spelling. That's I feel like that's probably how you got that out there. Yo, that was good, man. And then Father Elmo said, I predict that Articuno will be shiny when Training Riolu gets it on his screen. Yeah, that's true too, yo. that is absolutely true. Yo, you guys are 100% right. Brother, I'm a fortune teller. Okay. Yeah. You learned the art of language, and you're able to say the things in the way that people know that it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You got it. You got it down. Yeah. Training Rolu is gonna get this shiny Articuno on the screen, and that's when Father Elmo made his prediction. Yo, that's wild. Wild. But yo, if you guys are watching and you have a number that you want me to take down for your prediction, I will. If we get the shiny Articuno on your prediction, I will open up 3 packs of cards for you, and then any of the hits that I get, I'll put them in these sleeve protectors and send them to you. Today I was going to go to FedEx or UPS and send these cards that we've already opened up to Virgil because we landed the shiny Zapdos on somebody's prediction, and they wanted to give them away. And the way that she wanted me to distribute the cards were to the winner of the chat battles, and Virgil ended up being the person that won the most battles, and so we're sending the cards to Virgil. Yo, there we go. They call me crazy when I wear a towel with a jewel in the middle and a crystal ball, and I speak gibberish about it, but who's laughing now? Yeah, you figured it out. You figured out the art. Yo. So like you're a stereotypical like you're the guy inside of the shout out to Allison the Zapdos. Yeah. Yo, Aubrey got us we were gonna name it Zaptos, if we landed on Prada's prediction, and then but luckily we got to land on someone else's prediction, and they named it Allison, and I think it was a sentimental naming for Zapdos for that person. Aubrey got to name it Allison, and I think there was some sort of sentimental reason behind that, So yeah, there we go. We got a beautiful Allison the Zapdos following us around, and we're gonna try and get this beautiful Articuno. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get this shiny baby girl or boy or whatever, genderless bird. I want my bird. Articuno toes. Yo, a while ago in the chat, you guys basically it was toe, toe come on. It was just all the Pokemon, and we named as many toe Pokemon that we could. We put toe on everybody's name. I don't know, we probably had 130 Pokemon that we named after toes. It was pretty great. Genderless bird, yeah, for it, right? Yeah, for real. This who knows? Not non-binary blue frosted bird. Yo, it's gonna be an ice bird. That's. Can you name him Ice Tootsies? Yo, if I land on your prediction, Dialga, I will name it whatever you want. Yeah, we made the Togedex. Yeah. We were it was like 130 Pokemon that we named after toes, and we were filling out the Togedex. We almost got like a couple of regions in there. Just the national Togedex. Yeah, it was wild. It's pretty full up. We got like 10% of the Togedex done. Okay, 1136 looks like a number. I know my brother guessed 1036. Numata came on and guessed 1036. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody else's predictions. Oh, that was from Boltz's charity stream. All those are crossed out, so I must have written them down at some point. Oh, 800. Snapesy guessed 800. Yeah, I've been keeping track of that. Mine is Drillbur. Who's your birthday Pokemon? Let me look. My phone is not here, and I think if I go onto a web browser and look at the decks, I would divulge what my birthday is. Apparently for me, it's Aggron. Okay, there you go. Give me 1 second. Okay, that's not shiny. Let me see. National Pokedex. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. Give me 1 second. What? Okay. I don't have one. I don't have the answer is I don't have one. So Dialga says mine's scissor. Prada says when's your birthday? Prada says noise to scissor, Dialga. Yo, it's a scissor. Yeah. That's actually pretty fitting, Dialga. You got a steel type Pokemon for your persona is Dialga. That's pretty awesome. Mine is Woobat. Yuck. Yo, Virgil, you are making like expressions, and I fucking love them. The expressions you've been making are amazing. Yo, thank you. Okay, Father almost says March 6th, but if it's in Spanish, it's 6-3. Okay, yo. So, if you were to ask me the question in Spanish, it would be electric. Okay, yo. What is it? Donde? Wait, no, that's where. Something años. It's like for the years, yeah. So it's like K. Is it K? Oh, I don't know like how to say your. I didn't take Spanish in high school, guys. I'm pretty sure that's probably a basic question that you could probably like ship together from just the knowledge of pronouns and the different parts of grammar, and you learn the basics in Spanish most likely. But when I was in high school, I took French, and so I KS Sue. Okay, Sue. So that Sue must be yours. KS Sue Pokemon do cumpleaños. Cumpleaños. And then yo, the Puerto Rican flag. Yo, that's what's up. Yo, okay. Yeah, Prada said. Prada is laughing because I don't have a Pokemon. Okay, maybe Gen 10. I think so. Actually, Prada. I think you're right. Yeah. Wepa, yo, we get the song. Can we get that song going, Father Homo? Yo, man, Wepa, yo, I posted that in Boltz's stream reactions, and yeah. So Boltz got to experience the Wepa song, and yeah, Dialga, yeah, Francais, yeah, Francais, or if you were like an American, and you're saying that, you'd be like Francois. You know, like Francois. Oh, there you go. All right. So we're 2 resets away from Aubrey's prediction. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Aubrey today. I think she's gotten busy, and that's okay. Yo, there's a lot of really cool life stuff going on with Aubrey, but yeah, we're 2 away from Aubrey's prediction. It would be wild and crazy if we landed Articuno on 1142 today. Actually, let's ask Riolu the question in Spanish. If it inverts the numbers, it could be an existing Pokemon. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It is much larger. It does get much larger. Yeah. So unfortunately, my Pokemon, my birthday Pokemon doesn't exist yet. Yo, let me know. Do you have a birthday Pokemon that doesn't exist yet? But it sounds like some of you have already let me know what your birthday Pokemon is. All right. Yo, I want to make a poll, guys, and I've been considering what to put in the poll, and I was gonna put a really generic question, but so far the polls that we've made have been a lot more fun than what I wanted to do today. So far, we asked like, hey, would Albert Einstein be into Pokemon? And that was just a yes or no poll. And 100% of you voted and said Albert Einstein would be into Pokemon. All right. And then the next poll, our friend of the channel, King Seal, came on and was like, hey, do you think that we're getting a Seal Pokemon in Winds and Wave? And so I made a poll. Yo, most of you put that we're probably getting a new Seal Pokemon in Winds and Waves. And Father was well, no, I think there was a couple people that voted no, we're not getting a Seal Pokemon in Winds and Waves, which is awesome. Yo, that's crazy. What? That's awesome. Maybe we don't, but maybe we do. Yo, there's a small percentage of you that think we won't, but there's a large percentage of you that think we will get a Seal Pokemon. And I gave my idea, like, if we get a Seal Pokemon, I would want to see something more sea lion-y, like kind of like Popplio, but like what if we got like something along the lines of like what Finizen did for dolphins, but like for sea lions, right? Do you know, you get where I'm coming from? I think I was the only one that disagreed because I'm so logical. Yo, okay. You looked at the question, you like pushed up your glasses, and then you just there you go. You were in there. I gotta wait till 2038 to get a birthday Pokemon. Yeah, maybe. But do you guys have any ideas for a poll today? I got to see. Oh, yo, man! I think so far on the stream, the most emotional and exciting thing to talk about was I got to see Everything Everywhere All at Once last night, and so I gave you guys my my review of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was just before Prada and Father Elmo showed up, and they started talking. Yo, I was talking about Wonder Man, and okay, yo. So I guess my question is, my question would be, about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Are you guys gonna Are you guys gonna watch Spider-Man Brand New Day? Are you guys gonna see Spider-Man in movie theaters? Yo, I am. I'm excited to see it, man. I've been waiting for this movie to come out. I've been anticipating this movie to come out. Bonjour, mon ami. Yo, okay, yo, what's up, Dialga? Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's my poll question. I got it. We're gonna mash everything together. Okay. Yeah. Virgil said, "Yup, I'm gonna go see it." Okay. I'm getting a poll going. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Yo, I got an idea for yeah, I got an idea for a question. So, oh dang, yo, I got to come up with options though. All right. I've got to boil it down to a few options. Let's see. Like we could, I wouldn't mind seeing a new seal Pokemon, but if Prada can correct me because she knows her homeland more than me, there's no wild seals in the Philippines or Indonesia. There you go. Prada, what do you think? Okay. Like we could call it, non-native seal. You could call it non-native, non-native seal, that is in a non-native region, killing other species because it's invasive. Oh, yo, Dialga, yo, that is well said, man. I what the hell, yo? Okay, normally, the reason I'm so shocked, normally, Dialga, the things that you put in the chat are, fun and playful and sometimes a little nonsensical. So this is like, yo, I really appreciate, seeing, I'm looking at who wrote this post, this chat, and it is like VX chasing, and I'm just like, I'm stunned to see that Dialga said this. Yo, Dialga, you said, like we could call it a non-native seal that is in a non-native region killing other species because it's invasive. Holy cow, dude. Yo, that's a great idea. That's a fun concept. It's something that Pokemon could do that was like kind of like how Marini was attacking Corsals and stuff like that. Man, that was beautiful. Well done. Well said, Dialga. I'm very, very proud of you. Oh, Aubrey said she just got here to be disappointed. Okay, so yeah, 1142 was Aubrey's prediction, and unfortunately we didn't get the shiny Articuno at 1142. I think that's what you're talking about. I'm sorry if that's not what you're talking about, but yo, that's wild. But I would accept, Father almost said, but I would accept one if they do end up making one. Okay, accept a seal Pokemon if they do end up making one. And then Prada said, I think it's too warm for seals. Yeah, I think so too. Virgil says it tracks. It tracks for seal. I'm pretty sure you're talking about the seal thing, yeah. And then Father almost says, hi, just here questioning with concern about your disappointment. What? Oh, yeah. I think Aubrey is disappointed because of not getting the shiny on 1142. But yo, Aubrey, if you are disappointed about something I've done, let me know. I would love to, grow and train and become better for everybody, like if it's not actually native to the Indonesia Philippines, then it could be an invasive species. Yeah, man, I really appreciate the articulation around that. That was yo, Dialga, I'm shocked. That was incredible. It's too warm for me. Shit. Prada's winds and waves. Prada's gonna be playing winds and waves, and she's gonna have like a fan, have the AC blowing. She's gonna have like the refrigerator and the freezer open. There we go. Warm is an understatement. I'm disappointed that my shiny streak is over. Not necessarily. You did predict that we could get Articuno at 1173 as well. I have you written down for all the 42s and all the 73s. So we could land Articuno on your 42 or your 73. There is still a chance. There's still a chance. All right. I've got a poll question. What starter Pokemon would the Punisher choose? Okay, that's what Spider-Man Brand New Day is out, and I'm curious what you guys think. The Punisher is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. What starter do you think he's going to choose? And I'm gonna make some options here. I think I can do 4. So, okay, let me get these set up. All right, I can do 4 options. So I'm gonna pick some starters. Let's go. All right, I got one. Oh, yo, you know what? I'm gonna pick that one. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Could do this one. Okay. Ah. And then... Okay. I hope you guys like the options I'm choosing. Let's see. One more. I gotta pick one more. But sir, the likelihood. Yeah. Prada says, take another guess. Yeah, so she does have every 42 and every 73. And yes, you're welcome to guess again. 99.9% of gamblers quit before hitting the big. before getting the giant pot. Yeah. 99. Yeah. Like you've seen those memes where it's like the miner and they're making it all the way, and then the little wall shows like the treasure chest right behind it, and then there's somebody else going that's gonna make it to the treasure chest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there you go. There's your analogy from Father Elmo. Okay, I got one more starter that I need to pick. Oh, I think probably. All right, this is what I think. Punisher down to 4 Pokemon. The Punisher might start with one of these Pokemon. You guys let me know. Let me know. All right, I've got the poll up. This should be a fun poll. All right, it's about there's a few IPs going on in here. We got the Punisher from Marvel, and he's gonna be in the movie Brand New Day. But you can consider this Frank Castle from like the comics, or from Marvel Rivals, or from like your Frank Castle, your Punisher, your whatever Punisher it is for you. John Barenthal or the dude from that crazy movie with the jigsaw face. It could be anybody. It could be the John Travolta movie. Whichever Punisher you think. Which starter do you think Punisher would choose? All right, and my thought process behind these Pokemon, okay? All right, I chose Froakie because Froakie evolves into Greninja, which is like an assassin, yeah? Very deadly. And probably like a big, chance that Punisher might choose like a weapon of a Pokemon, which is kind of the same thing I went with for Squirtle, right? Like Squirtle evolves into Blastoise and he gets those cannons. He gets those guns on its back, Frank Castle uses lots of guns, all kinds of guns. And then I also chose Chimchar because of like the you get like your Infernape from Chimchar. You evolve Chimchar and you get Infernape. That he's a good fighter. He's like Wukong, he's like the dragon monkey, like the god of monkeys. He's like Goku, right? He's just a fighter. And then I chose Brout, and we don't know what Brout evolves into, but so far all we've seen is how furious Brout looks, right? Brout looks grumpy, and so I chose Brout because I think Brout is gonna evolve into an owl bear. And that's probably nowhere near what Brout is gonna evolve into, but I think Brout is gonna evolve into an owl bear, and I think he's gonna be like a killer evolution from our little angry bird that we're getting from the start of Winds and Waves. So there you go. Those are the options that I chose, and I couldn't think of another like really cool like killer, or weapons oriented or something along those lines. But if you that's the poll. That's the poll right there. Those were my thoughts behind that. Dialga says I chose nothing. Okay. Well, there you go. There's a little insight into my mind. Brout evolves into Brout's evolution, and Brout's evolution evolves into Brout's evolution's evolution. That's true. Yeah, we don't know what it looks like. Watch Brout evolve into a diva. Yeah, man. Like, yeah. We, I'm imagining this big, like, he's gonna be on a quadruped. He's gonna have like an owl face and like this big, massive like Ursa ring body. You know what I mean? And he's gonna have like cool scales on like the back of him or something, and he's gonna look awesome. is gonna be like almost like metallic looking on his scales. That's kind of what Brout is evolving into for me in my mind. And so he's gonna be like a sick looking, owlbear looking Pokemon. What's up, Galactics? Welcome to the chat. So I'm thinking that maybe Frank Castle is gonna have like a giant owlbear, and Brout's gonna who knows, but it's probably gonna be a diva. Father Elmo could be right. As we discussed, Father Elmo is kind of like a fortune teller, and so he knows how to say the things that could be true for the future. There you go. But yeah, let me know what you think in the poll. Does the Punisher choose one of these starters, and if so, which one do you think? There you go. Okay, this should be a fun poll. I was just gonna ask. I was thinking about asking in the poll, do we get the shiny today? But there we go. Yes, 49. I'm sorry, 42, 69, and 73. I can't give you 69, Aubrey, because Father Elmo has taken all the 67s and all the 69s because of how important those numbers are to him. There you go. But you can definitely have all the 42s. And I've got you down for 73s. Yeah, okay, perfect. Watch Father Elmo evolve into Mega Father Elmo? Oh, man, okay. Dialga, you gotta tell me, what does Father Elmo's Mega Evolution, what does it look like to you? Quick question, do you have the skip cutscene setting turned on? No, I don't. I didn't know that was a thing. Galactics, are you letting me know of something that would have and could have helped us through like two other shiny hunting on legendary birds? Is there a cutscene skipper on this game? Is that a thing? Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna let me check in the settings real quick. We're running a little bit behind on as far as like the pacing of the stream. So let me. He evolved into Grandpa Elmo, and is just an iron lung. Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah. I don't think there is a skipping setting. There is no scene skipping setting. Go to settings before you press Articuno. No, I'm gonna keep going. You guys, if you guys want to look up if there's a skip scene thing, let me know. But I'm gonna keep chugging at this until you guys let me know for sure. So Galactus, if you want me to skip, scenes and there is a setting for it, I'm not gonna go into the settings and search this out. I'm not gonna do that. but let me know. Then find skip cutscene and turn it on. If it is for sure, if that's a real thing, let me know, because I don't think it is. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. I've seen people do some shiny hunts, and I've watched them go through the cutscene. So if that was something that they would have done, if that was something that if there was like a setting that you could turn this off, I imagine other people would have done it. But that would have saved us like 2,542 resets of Zapdos and 542 cuts of Moltres and 1,152 resets on Articuno. I'd imagine somebody in the chat would have asked us to change it too by now, right? You can skip the if you close your eyes and count to 15 seconds, there you go, and then open, press A and close eyes and count to 15. Or when you hear the battle theme, open them up and there you go. You skip the cutscene. There you go. Okay. Yeah. If you wanna validate that there is a cutscene skipper, if you wanna look it up and validate that that's true, I'll go in and cut it out. Yeah, I'll take off the cutscenes, but I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's possible. Okay. We're two resets away from Virgil's prediction of 11:55. So at 11:55, we will check to see if we could get this shiny Articuno and maybe send these other 3 cards to Virgil, and it would have been like very serendipitous. Once you turn on skip cutscene, press plus or minus on your controller. Galactics, can you let me know that you looked this up and it really is a thing? Let me know. I'll do it if you can confirm that this is truly a thing. Let me know. Let me know. Yo, I would love if that's true. But if not, I'm just gonna keep going. Because I don't want to get trolled into hopping into my menu for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Obviously that's not what we don't want to get trolled out here. Nobody wants to get trolled. I can confirm it is a thing. It's called movie skipping. Okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna look it up. Let's check this out. Options. Movie skipping. There we go. All right. Does this last when you like reset? He's just saying shit. Oh no, there was an option. It's still doing the movie. Wait a second. So, let me see. Okay. I probably did that wrong. Let me try something. Why have I not heard of this? Yeah. Nobody said anything until now. All right, we got a movie skipping thing. That's kind of cool. Thank you, Galactics, for letting us know. All right, we're at the save file right now. All right, let me go in. Yeah, I gotta press plus. Okay, gotcha. All right, yeah, I'm not used to doing that, so yeah, you gotta give me a second to figure it out in my head and rewrite how I've been doing this. Yo, that's gonna be crazy. We're gonna go through these. Yo, I've got this down to kind of a weird science where like it takes about 2 hours to reset 100 times. Okay, options. Movie skipping on. I'd like to make these changes, and then I need to save. All right, we'll go in here. We're saved. Okay, so that should let us reset. And oh, yo, okay, it works. Okay, yo, I'm used to going into the cutscene, reading the chat. Yo, this is gonna be so weird. Okay. Yo, thank you, Galactics. Yo, thanks for not trolling me and letting me know and doing something that's really helpful to the shiny hunt. Yo, thank you so much. That's awesome. Okay, Virgil, we did not get the shiny on 11:55, man. Okay. But I've got you down for 12:12 and I've got you down for 12:45. Okay, so now we can just skip the cutscene. That's crazy. I've got to get used to this. That's gonna be awesome and weird. Now we can do this through Mewtwo. Hell yeah. Yo, let's go. Hell yeah. Thank you, Galactics. Yo, forgive me being a little like skeptical. You know, I was like, yo, I've seen people going through this. I've never watched anybody like skip the cutscene before, so I was like, okay, I didn't know this. This is not something I knew about. Yo, that's fucking awesome. Thank you so much. GG's Galactics. W's in the chat for Galactics, yo. W's in the chat. I'm gonna put one for Galactics. I'm gonna write a W for you, man. W's Galactics. I can never troll you, bro. Yo, I love it. Okay, hell yeah. This is awesome. That's funny. Yo, I don't we have like at least 3,000, yeah, at least 3,000 resets that we've done, and all of them have been cutscene full of cutscenes. This is gonna go so much faster. Now we're gonna cook. That's right, Aubrey. We're going for it. We're going for it. Yeah, I gotta get this down to like I gotta get this down now. That's crazy. Yo, I was expecting like a 4-hour stream, and now it might be like it might be 3 hours and some, you know, it might be two and a half hours or 3 hours. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, Aubrey, how have you been? I know I haven't been able to see you very often recently. So I'm guessing that like things are going well with like the wedding planning and things are going well with your sister and you're spending time with family. And I'm guessing, my bad, I should have told you sooner. Yeah. Yo, this is perfect. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Yo, this is awesome. This is cool. But Aubrey, yo, I hope you're doing well. I earlier today, last night I got to see Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was a very powerful movie. I gave my review of it during the stream today. Coming onto the stream, we were talking about like Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out. There have been, Prada and Father Elmo showed up, and it was just like a lot of excitement around what we were talking about. And then finally we were able to come up with a question for a poll. And so there's a poll up about like which Pokemon would the Punisher choose as a starter. So I put 4 options in there that I think would fit Frank Castle pretty well. But you guys let me know what starter Frank Castle would. I'm doing great, except for these nightmares. Okay, yeah. I'm hoping with I probably let that cutscene go. I'm hoping with speaking with your doctors and maybe seeking out some like therapy and things like that. You'll be able to have like ways of working through like why you're having nightmares. Yo, that would be so cool. That would be so cool if you can make that work through that and help that go away. Yo, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm rooting for you, Aubrey. I'm rooting for you, and I'm sorry that it's affecting your day so much. That would be crazy. Luckily, I haven't remembered any dreams that I've had recently, but like I've talked about before, I have like a spectrum of dreams, and they're either like this amazing, funny thing that's happening, or this terrible, awful like nightmare where like I'm physically like concerned for whatever happened to me in my nightmare. So yeah, I appreciate my subconscious mind because it's just got like this incredible like writing capacity. And I wish I could tap into my subconscious because there's some good punchlines. I will wake up from like having a dream and just have like these amazing punchlines from whatever's happening in my head. And it's incredible to see. So hopefully I'll have some good dreams and it'll be on that end of the spectrum and it'll be awesome. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to having any nightmares. But I wish I could like tap in conscientiously, just tap into my subconscious and just do some free form writing and just see like what kind of amazing things could come out of my head. Did I forget to? I gotta get used to hitting plus on this. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah, man. I've been watching a lot of really good, like, really, man. The writers that have been writing the shows that I've been watching recently focus on like authentic self. And some of the stories that have happened really resonate like super heavy with like life. in general. And so like there's been some incredible stories that I've been watching recently. Give me 66 for shits and giggles. Okay, yeah, will do. $11.66. I've got you down, Aubrey. Yeah, so watching everything everywhere all at once last night was just basically a story about a family, and like the main character discovered herself through this really interesting plot device that was kind of like on par with like the Matrix, right? Which was the Matrix is an incredible and outstanding movie that I think people resonate with, because it's like, especially during that time that it was coming out, it's like, what does the future hold? And the Matrix tapped into the fears of what the future could hold and the hope of what the future could bring, and like all these incredible ideas around the Matrix. So everything everywhere all at once kind of gives you world building through this plot device, and it shows this main character growing in herself in these incredible ways that are reminiscent of the Matrix. And then like once she fully becomes herself, she's powerful and she's able to take on all of these like conflicts that are happening for her, either conceptually or in reality, and then she realizes that she's even more powerful because of the people that she's chosen to be in her life, like her husband. And she's desperate for a relationship with her daughter, and she loves her dad, and so she thinks that respect is just like keeping herself from her dad, but like sticking up to understanding herself, and like showing her dad who she is, and protecting her daughter was like just this really short, like the line that was said, but so incredibly meaningful and powerful. It was an incredible movie. And I think what like I was sobbing my eyes out, because like the last third of the movie is like the conflict resolution and like the how the movie ends. But what got me like to my core is that she was able to resolve her problems through the power of kindness, which is what representative through her husband. And it had been pushed to the side and stomped down and ignored, and like in her life her husband was going to like divorce her, but like she used the power that her husband has been harnessing this whole time of kindness, and resolved everyone's like conceptual problems and like physical problems through kindness. And like nobody was interested in fighting her in this last stand. And it was cool. She had like the googly eye as like a it sounds like a movie I need to check. Everything everywhere all at once earned a ton of awards and nominations, and it was so deservingly so. Galactics, if you get a chance to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, please do. I want to say I watched it on Amazon Prime, and I think if you have an account with Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, I think you have access to like every show that Amazon Prime puts out. So like they have some pretty good ones too. Like I think Invincible was a jarringly insightful show. It started off trying to it gave me the heebie-jeebies watching it initially, because like I really care about like the DC universe, and I care about the Marvel universe, and in Invincible's universe, like there are these characters that kind of like mirror like Batman and Superman and Aquaman and stuff like that. And the like one of the first scenes is like the character they're setting up as the bad guy just annihilates the Justice League like everybody that's representing the Justice League. Yo, man, it was that was hard to watch, but yeah, the googly eye on her. Yeah, it's just a subtle nod to like this frustration that she has in the beginning of the movie. It's a subtle nod to the frustration that she carries, but turns out to be like this thing that it's the representation of her husband's kindness. That's what the googly eye on her is. It's like her third eye is opening up, like her spiritual awakening in like the understanding of her full self. Her like spiritual awakening in like the acceptance of like who she truly is and her authentic self. Yo, it is so powerful, man. It's powerful because it speaks to you, and it speaks to me, and it speaks to people that are living and people that are people. It is such a good movie. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, it took me until yesterday to finally watch it, and the resolution of the movie left me sobbing because I saw a lot of myself in the movie, and I saw a lot of like humanity in the movie that I loved and I want for people, and this movie does such a good job of like artistically giving it to you. So it was really cool, man. It was really cool. Yeah, it is interesting because it's just a googly eye. It's just a googly. There's some really cool scenes. I know I probably spoiled quite a bit, but there's so much more. There's so much more to the show, and it tries. Yeah. There's so much more to the show. That's my take. That's my that's my takeaways from the movie, and I think that it's all very important for me to watch and understand things this way, and so that's why I'm telling you. But I hope when you watch it and you're perceiving it through your experiences and your understanding of what's happening in the movie, I hope it's an incredible journey for you as well, because I think everybody can find their perspective somewhere in that movie. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome, man. It was awesome. Father Elmo, I did not get 1167. Aubrey, I did not get the shiny at 1166, but Father Elmo, we're at 1169, and it's possible that we get the shiny right now. It's possible. I was thinking she had like psychic powers or something. No. Yeah. There's like this plot device that is very reminiscent of like the Matrix. You know how like in the Matrix, Neo wakes up in the real world and it's mechanical and it's apocalyptic and it's everything that we would fear from like a uprising of machines and technology. All the fears of machines and technology was encapsulated in the Matrix, but like then there is like going into the Matrix, which is what like everybody is living in. It's like it's a mirror of what our real life is, and so it's just a program satiating people. So like there's a device. The plot device in the Matrix is like you plug into the Matrix from your reality, and it allows you to kind of be anything you need to be in this program. So there's kind of a plot device similar to that, but it's basically like in reference to like multiverse. Yeah, there you go. I won't say any more than that. But, if you're intrigued and it sounds interesting, please check it out, because I am saying a lot, and for somebody who hasn't seen the movie yet, that's a lot of my thoughts around the movie, and I'm sorry, because I want you to have. I feel like going into that movie, I didn't have. I was a blank slate, and I got to like write the page of my experiences while watching this movie, and it was so valuable. It was so impactful, and it was so magical. that when the end of the movie is happening, I am so invested, and I am so like enthralled, and I'm so like captivated that it is part of me that is also doing these things in the movie, that's also like a part of this show, and it's also like my life that's playing out on screen, and it was great, man. Yo, what movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was talking to my roommate about it too, and he said like he knows some people that watched it that just didn't get it, and he said it might be one of those movies that either you get it or you don't. And the people that get it, it is this transcendent movie about you. It's about your life. It's transcendent through the things that you conceptualize, like potential, and it's transcendent through the values that you have, like family, and what is love, and it's a commentary on what are you doing to make sure that you're happy. It's just again, I'm getting emotional about it because and I'm choked up right now. But what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing to make sure you're happy? It's just yo, man, it's so good. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I think that's how I watched it. It could be on Hulu though. I watched oh my god, I forgot, but I watched He-Man yesterday too. Yo, what's funny is He-Man was so bad. Like okay, so what He-Man had going for it, there was some really cool nods to the show. It was a beautiful, world. Eternia was a beautiful world. And I'd say even like the choice of cast was picked really well. Like Telia was really cool looking. The sorceress from He-Man was really cool looking. The costume design was incredible. And even oh my god, this is the craziest take for me, but Jared Leto actually acted like that was the first portrayal of Jared Leto that I kind of enjoyed watching his character. There's not much I can say for Jared Leto in most of the roles that he's in that I can say that I've enjoyed. But I would say that was actually an enjoyable performance watching Skeletor. So with that being said, the movie was shit. The movie was fucking terrible. The lines, the writing, if that movie was supposed to resonate with anyone's masculinity, it didn't. It was kind of a joke to masculinity. Like, I get to experience masculinity every day. I get to like shave my mustache or like make sure that hair's not growing under my chin, and there's some masculinity to that. Or when I'm standing at the stovetop and I'm cooking food, like there's something about it that is like, for me, a masculine thing. But if you're a man, if you're a male and you're living your life, there's things for you that are, traits of your masculinity too. And if He-Man, the movie, is meant to like relate to my masculinity, it failed. It took like these concepts of masculinity and showed them very, very unhealthy. It was like this young boy who was misunderstood and misinformed and grew up to be somebody on Earth who works in like human resources and stuff like that. And then whatever lessons he learned, he took to Eternia to win back his kingdom, and he didn't learn. There was no growth. There was no growth for this character in any concept of masculinity or understanding of self or authenticity. So it was rough. I'm gonna head out now. Have a good stream, bro. Yo, thank you, Galactics, for letting me know about the scene skip. Yo, thanks for listening to my review about Everything Everywhere All at Once. I hope you enjoyed the movie. I don't know where that masculinity bit came into it. Yo, and that's what sucks, man. It was a bit. It was a bit. I don't know where it came from or what they were trying to say about it, but it was very, very unhealthy. It was very unhealthy to say it was unhealthy to say that, muscles make a man, or it was unhealthy to say that like your position is like who you are. It was unhealthy to say that all of these things relate to your masculinity, because that's, like I said, man, for me, it's other things. So how am I a man? And I get to ask myself that and answer that for myself in my ways. You get to look at yourself in your day, in your life, and say, how does this make me a man? It's interesting because like some of the questions that I asked, like tying my hair back and growing my hair out, is part of my masculinity, but women get to do this too. And that might be part of their femininity, but it's, which is cool because it's a shared experience that men and women can have together. And for me, it represents my masculinity, and for women, it represents their femininity. But like for some people, that probably isn't true. You might look at my hair and be like, dude, this guy might need a haircut. I look at it and like, dude, this is part of like part of my man, my body growing out and representing me in a way that I've never represented myself before, which is part of my masculinity. And that's pretty cool. Like, and even though you might think like, hey, get a haircut, dude. I'm like, oh, I'm good. And that's okay. It's okay for you to think that, I might need a haircut. It's okay for me to think, no, I don't need a haircut. I'm going to grow out my hair and I'm going to donate it to Locks of Loves when I decide to get a haircut. And I think that that's really cool. I think that that's something to do and to look forward to. But yeah, it's He-Man doesn't really explore what that means for people. And it really just like scoffs at it. Like you said, like it's a bit, it's a scoffed bit, and it lands so terribly. So I got to see that movie, and then I got to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it does speak to it does speak to you. Everything Everywhere All at Once speaks to you, whereas He-Man is trying to speak to children. And if I had a kid who was like 3 or 4 or 5, I don't think I would want them to watch this movie. I'd probably want them to watch the cartoon, because I don't know if the cartoon is doing this like bit that takes away from a young person who is going to go into a world where they're going to try and understand who they are in this world. And that's tough. That's tough for everybody. And when we're kids, something that I've been recently kind of like exploring is that like, while I was growing up, like, did I get to start exploring like who I am as a person freely? And I didn't. Like, I think it's normal for parents to, some parents, not all parents, and I'd hope it gets less and less frequently. Like, I hope something like this gets less and less more frequent, because like when I was growing up, my parents wanted me quiet, wanted me tucked away, wanted me to love them like unconditionally, and wanted all these things from me, but did not love me with me, and did not teach me and explore things with me and open my eyes to anything. So I learned a lot of lessons from TV. I learned a lot of lessons from friends at school. I learned a lot of lessons from how other families behaved. And when it, like, as a teenager, if I ever brought that kind of stuff home, it like was not how my family had this structure. And I'd imagine for a parent that's probably hard. And I'd imagine for a parent, there's a responsibility to foster the things that your kid needs to become an adult. And so I'd like to see more often, adults looking at children, and instead of just thinking, well, that's just a kid, you're going to go through that. I think what would be more valuable for adults to do with children is try to get down to their level and look at like what's going on with the kid and try to understand what's going on with the kid. Because I don't know how often that's happening, and it doesn't seem like it's happening as often as it could. How much better would the world be if there was less avoidance, especially when you're a child and you need somebody to help you grow into an adult? Your parent could be that person. And so it'd be cool if parents were that person for their kids, and not just their children, but like their babies, their infants and their toddlers and the people that those toddlers start growing into, and those teenagers that start, developing relationships, and those young adults that grow into the next members of our society. How cool would it be to have parents that are like, interested in the maturity of their children, interested in exploring, values and ideas and identity and relationships, and exploring all these things with their children, so that it's not like, well, this is what my parents did, so I'm going to do that with you. And that's, that's what happened to me. My parents did that with me, and it was like I was shoved to the side. I played with my toys. I had my own imagination, and I got to grow up, fortunately, not somebody who, I fortunately grew up to the person that I am today. It could have gone very differently, and it could have gone it could have been a lot worse. But fortunately, while I was playing with my toys, and while I was gaining, messages from Pokemon or like Power Rangers or like Ninja Turtles or things along those lines, fortunately, I developed values that eventually started showing me that things don't make sense. Snape Seed, you're heading home right now? Hell yeah, man. Okay. I hope you travel safely, and I hope you make it home okay. But yeah, man. I'm happy with the person that I became, but I could have definitely chosen to be angry and chosen to be worse off. I could have chosen a lot of things to maybe stifle the thoughts that I've had, and I could, anger is something that I have been in my life, but it's not something I want to be anymore, and I have to learn like how not to do that with myself, and anger is a tool too, but like how do you when you're angry, how do you present yourself in a healthy way? I didn't learn how to do that as a kid. I didn't learn how to present myself in an angry way as a child. I'm learning how to do it as an adult. And I wish I could have learned a lot more. I wish I could have. What I'm saying is, I wish I could have explored feelings and understanding behaviors, and I wish I could have like been able to at least get that basic understanding as a kid. And I think kids, instead of being pushed away or shoved to the corner and you know, told to be quiet and all that stuff, I wish I could have explored like better behaviors so that I can have healthier relationships with friends, with romantic partners, with authority figures, with teachers, with bosses, with like with everybody, you know, with people. I wish I could have understood then. What I understand now is that everybody is living their lives, and everybody is working through their experiences in the ways that they're working through and living their lives, their experiences and living their lives. And, you know, I didn't understand that's not for me to say. I do understand that I get to have opinions, but my opinion doesn't influence your life. My opinion doesn't influence your experiences. It doesn't change you to the person that you've become today because of what you've gone through. But I do care that you have happiness, and that you have peace, and that you have love, and that you have, you know, probably a lot of the things that I wanted as a kid. And so, yeah, I think it's valuable. So I think what I was saying about He-Man is that it doesn't necessarily show authentic self. It doesn't really help kids promote like who they are as people, and it's really an unhealthy masculinity in that show. Whereas Everything Everywhere All at Once does these amazing things that talk to you and show you like who you are through what you're going through. And it's your choice to see that. It's your choice to decide, you know, how powerful you are, and in what are you powerful with. Like, maybe you're not powerful with kung fu, but you could be powerful with kindness, and you can solve your you know, you can choose these things. And so yeah, those two movies, very different, very interesting, and it made me very reflective of and have some very internal like you know, reflections on myself and where I'm at and how I want to like view the world and appreciate your experiences and your life and who you are and things along those lines. So there it is. That's those movies. And I guess, like, you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm going through that's how I've managed to get to this conversation about He-Man and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Thank you, Virgil, for asking, though. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. How did they get to the masculinity bit? What? Yeah. Yo, that's not a bit, right? Like, that's a real life situation that you're going through. Wild that a movie with a production value and a budget that's gonna, you know, spend money to like message out to, that's another thing I was curious about with He-Man. I don't know who their audience is. It's not me. I enjoyed He-Man as a kid, and I don't think the audience is for me. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know, like, where I am at with my life right now, watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't know if I would want to. I think that's the message that I think people that are mature could understand with the experiences that they had in their lives. But like as a child, I feel like He-Man is kind of like the thing that is shoving people into a corner and boxing you in and not letting you explore ideas about what life has and let you go through the experiences that you're going to go through, because we all get to make mistakes, and we all get to make decisions in our emotions, and we all get to like feel. And I don't know if He-Man, I feel like He-Man is like a box that is trying to put its audience into, and it's not a representation of what life has to offer. So that was wild, man. I don't know who their audience is. It's sad to see that like was what was written down and what it ended up becoming, because there's like a Rolf Dung sorry, there was the previous actor that played He-Man, I think his name is Dolph Lundgren. He was in the movie, and he gave like the new He-Man, like the kid that was He-Man, some advice, and it was just like this weird convoluted, maybe like it was convoluted. Maybe it was profound. It might have sounded profound, but it didn't really mean anything. It was like the advice was like, don't be in front of yourself. Like be your back. Like back yourself up, I guess is what it was trying to say. And while it might have sounded profound, it wasn't really informative. There's no structure, and I think like maybe they want you to like make your own conclusion from what that is, but like the kid ended up using that as like a speech to go into battle, and like it was just confused. It's just confusing. I don't know what's going on with that movie, but it was beautiful. Like Eternia was cool looking. The costume designs were great, very reminiscent of the show. But honestly, I think I'd much rather watch the cartoon and watch the memes that are out and watch that, like, the fucking Dirty Dancing parody of He-Man and Skeletor doing the baby and Patrick Swayze dance, like that shit feels more like He-Man than what the movie was. He was, what's funny is like Dolph Lundgren played He-Man before, and that He-Man movie didn't really do anything for like what He-Man was in the cartoon. It was just like someone was like, I want to do a He-Man movie, and wrote something completely different, and they could have just called it something else, but it was I feel like the Street Fighter movie is gonna move the same. I feel Street Fighter is gonna move the same. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I hope not. When I went into the He-Man movie, I was hoping that it was gonna be like Dungeons and Dragons. I was hoping it was gonna be like, relevant and funny and light and maybe at moments like heavy, and the Dungeons and Dragons movie was like the He-Man movie that I wanted, but with like the He-Man characters and the costume design and the actors that they chose. Like, it would have been nice to have the same writers that wrote Dungeons and Dragons maybe write like some sort of narrative on what He-Man is. I like the Netflix He-Man. Oh, yeah. Actually, okay, I don't know if I've seen the Netflix He-Man, but I've watched the Netflix She-Ra, and I feel like She-Ra like does a better job of explorative writing than what this movie does. And that's kind of bizarre, because I mean, even though it's explorative writing, it might be controversial, and it might lead to like people forming opinions and casting stones and things along those lines. But I think what they did well in that show was create these characters, have incredible voice actors. I felt a lot of compassion towards the girl with the long hair that could like grab stuff with her hair. I really enjoyed that character a lot, and I don't know why, but I related to her, and I think it has to do with like how she was written as a character. She was kind of quirky. but she had this like incredible arc and this incredible growth, and she was like a sub character. She was like a sub character. So I really liked her. I don't remember her name, but she had purple hair, and oftentimes she wore goggles, which I think is a fantastic. In my own silly life and my own silly experiences, I think goggles are a fantastic choice for any design of a character. Goggles are where it's at. If I could wear goggles on a daily basis and it could be like widely accepted, I probably would. But I don't. And if I could write my own fantasy story, my character would absolutely have goggles. But this character did. I loved her a lot. She could wear, grab stuff with her hands, with her hair, like hands, and she was smart. She was like good at like engineering, and she was a cool character. So the She-Ra show, I think, developed characters and told stories on individual characters, and I don't think He-Man was interested in that. He-Man did not like do that for me. But I will say they did follow a little bit of the lore. There was subtext of the He-Man lore with like the Sword of Power being like brought back to Castle Grayskull, and like Evelyn. I think she. Oh, that's funny. I watched He-Man and there was a character named Evelyn, and then I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and there was a character named Evelyn. Okay, wild. So Evelyn in the show and in the comics like was able to like transfer the power of the Sword of Power to allow Skeletor to wield the Sword of Power and to wield the power of Grayskull. And so that was something that's lore accurate, but they obviously that was the trope that they were using to like have there be any conflict in the movie and stuff like that. And so that was done okay. That was done pretty well, and it was a nice little nod to He-Man, what the story. So and I think some of the things that they did as far as like what the story does in He-Man, there were like nods to He-Man, and that was okay. The lore did okay. The story and what they were trying to tell their audience, I think they missed it. Those shows are goated. For real, man. Yeah. I would say if you're gonna get into the He-Man, the He-Man, if you're gonna pick up He-Man and you're gonna start watching He-Man, I would start with She-Ra on Netflix, because that was fucking awesome. I haven't seen He-Man on Netflix. Is it the same, Virgil? Is it like She-Ra? Galactics, I know you're gone, but W's for letting me know about this mechanic where we can skip the cutscene. I'm trying to get used to it, and I know I've let the cutscene play out a couple times, but I'm trying to get better about like just skipping it and maybe knocking down some of this time on on how much it takes to reset 200 resets. It's similar. Okay, yeah, then I think it would be amazing. It felt more gritty than She-Ra. Okay, yeah. That's awesome. You know what I really liked as a kid? Thundercats. And then when they remade Thundercats, I thought it was okay. Was it kind of like Thundercats at all? Because I'd say the remake of Thundercats had grit. Okay. Marge, I know I haven't seen you today, but we did not get the shiny at 11.95. So, Cobalt, we were working towards your prediction at 11.99, and we are one reset away. So let me get this one through, and then we'll be at your prediction here next. I hope you guys are give my reviews on these movies. I hope you enjoy that. Man, there's some really good stuff out there that's been pretty incredible. So I don't know if you haven't seen the things that if you haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'd recommend it. Yeah, if you haven't seen He-Man, I think there's some positivity that can be gleaned from it, but like I don't know if the movie, if you watch it on mute, it's probably really cool. But yeah, I don't know if it's Masters of the Universe Revelation. Be right back. Okay, thanks, Virgil. See you in a second, man. Okay, Cobalt, we're at your prediction, man. Let's try and get this shiny Articuno right now. Okay. Funny enough, with the trick that we've gotten, I think we've caught up to the 2-hour mark. Ending, I'm not ending the stream right now because I want to go another 100 resets. But yeah, with the resets that we were doing and maybe like some of the conversations we were having and getting a little lost in the conversations going on, there we are. We're caught up to the time of resetting for 100 resets and landing at 2 hours, but I think this is where we probably get ahead. So hopefully resetting this cutscene and being able to cut the cutscene off a little bit sooner will give us a faster reset rate for 100 resets. But I'll go another 100 resets and see where we're at and see how you guys are feeling. But hopefully you're enjoying the show. And I've enjoyed the show. There's been a couple of times talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once that I got emotional, and I don't mind that. I don't mind getting emotional. I hope you guys are good with it. But it was a very impactful movie, and I'm glad I get to share this with you guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. Okay. So, Dialga, we're making our way back to you, man. We're making our way back to Dialga for the 12:05 reset. There you go. You know that song? Burning love inside. Okay. 12:02. All right. When we're at 12:05, we'll be at Dialga's reset. So we have a lot of the same numbers that we have typically. Dialga's at 12:05 and 12:10. We've got Aubrey at 12:42. We've got Cobalt at 1, 2, 3, 4, 12:34. And then Virgil guessed some extra guesses today, which is 12:12. Okay, and then Training Riolu is guessing 12:14. That's me. And then we got Aubrey at 12:42. We got Virgil at 12:45, and then we got Father Oma at 12:67 and 69. And then we got Aubrey back at 12:73. We've got Marge at 12:95. And we've got Cobalt at 12:99. So those are the reset. Those are the reset predictions that we have, and hopefully we can land this shiny bird. I've been feeling like we're gonna get the shiny today. I've been feeling like that. Honestly, at any point, whether it's this stream or after this stream, the shiny is like bound to happen. So I'm gonna be on the verge of my seat, on the edge of my seat, not the verge of my seat. I'm gonna be at the edge of my seat, expecting to get these shiny Articunos every time we stream this hunt. So it's got to happen soon. But W's Galactics for the idea around skipping the cutscene. That's pretty awesome. That's gonna make Mewtwo's hunt so much better. So W's. But happy Wednesday, everybody. We're on the latter half of the weekend. We're making our way to the weekend, and we're at the halfway mark today, and we're working our way. We're like the teeter totter is finally shifting down to get us to the weekend. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your week so far, and hopefully Monday and Tuesday were good to you, and hopefully you made it to Wednesday and you're like ready to go for Thursday and Friday, man. Yo, hopefully Thursday and Friday go by so well that your weekend is like geared up to be like this amazing thing. So I'm looking forward to that for you guys. I can't say that I have anything planned yet for what we're doing this weekend, but I do know I got invited to a collaboration, and it's gonna be so we've done this game before, but on my Switch I don't have a way to like type into a keyboard. So I'm gonna be playing Among Us on a collaboration soon, and but it's gonna be over a Discord call. So we'll mute ourselves, and if we die, I think we can go into like another call or something like that. We'll like the death call. It's probably gonna be something along those lines. And so I'm looking forward to actually being able to play Among Us in a way that I'm not sus for not like participating. So but it's gonna be for a collaboration with Cobalt and the community that he's growing, which is he's growing the community very well and incredibly. It's admirable to watch. So I'll be excited to be a part of that, and maybe we can make some new friends. So that could be cool too. That could be cool. All right. 12:05 has passed. So Dialga, I didn't get the shiny on 12:05. I'm sorry. But we're working our way to 12:10 for Dialga's prediction. And then right after that is going to be Virgil's prediction for 12:12. So, maybe we can land this shiny bird here in the 1200s. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Especially if we get it right off the bat on somebody's prediction. Working my way back to you, babe, with a burning love inside. My chair squeaking. I'm just like, I didn't know my chair was that squeaky. I guess I haven't really danced in my chair before. But you hear that? That's wild. I've never noticed that before. There is a poll in the chat, guys. There's a new Spider-Man movie that came out. It's kind of neat because Dustin Daniel Cretton is the producer on the show, or the director on the show, and he helped make Wonder Man, and Wonder Man did some really cool storytelling in that show. So I cannot wait to see Spider-Man Brand New Day. But I have a poll in the chat, and the poll basically says like, what starter Pokemon would the Punisher choose? And I tried to think of like maybe some Pokemon that might like go along the lines of like Frank Castle's Punisher. So whatever your Frank Castle is, go ahead and vote in the poll and let me know like what starter do you think the Punisher would start off with on his Pokemon journey. It'd probably be a Pokemon journey of revenge, and it'd be a Pokemon journey of vengeance. Yeah. So if you can imagine that, like which Pokemon would you choose for the Punisher starter? There you go. Okay. $12.09. Yeah, so we will get through another 91 resets, and it's going to go a lot faster than it typically does because we get to skip this cutscene. So, if we can nab the shiny bird, we'll be able to end the shiny hunt for Articuno. But if not, we'll start up tomorrow's stream at 1,300 resets. I'm sorry, we'll be at 1,300 resets for Articuno. And yo, we'll be closer to getting the shiny. I mean, every reset is closer. One reset closer. It's been that way from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's what shiny hunting is. It's just one foot in front of the other. Okay, Dialga, we're at 12:10. Yo, I got this song stuck in my head now. I need to come up with another song to get stuck in my head. Because I've got, I'm pretty sure it's Diana Ross. Working my way back to you, babe. With a burning love inside. Yo, I don't know why that song's stuck in my head, but I need to figure out how to change it. let's get that song changed up. All right. What songs do you guys like to listen to? I think on the radio, I typically listen to like the local like rock and roll station that they have, and so it plays like all kinds of older rock and newer rock and stuff like that. And recently, there's been a band. Well, I guess like in the near recent past, there's been a band that came out called the Greta Van Fleet, and they sound a lot like they sound like a baby Led Zeppelin, and I really like Led Zeppelin. Like I've always enjoyed. There's always been like this calming sensation of listening to Led Zeppelin that I appreciated about them, and Greta Van Fleet seems to have that same like effect on me listening to that music. Plus, it's usually pretty epic. Their songs are like based on like Lord of the Rings or like Valhalla, and you know, like things that are like poetic and like, oh man, what's a good way to say like they're epic. It's like, I mean epic in the way like the Odyssey is an epic. You know what I mean? It's an epic poem. So Van Halen and Greta Van Fleet sing in that same epic poem, like Broad Horizon, and I really like that type of music. It's soothing to listen to because there's a lot to take in from those songs. So yeah, that's probably why I like listening to them and their rock and roll. But what about you guys? What do you guys like to listen to? Okay, Virgil. I'm sorry, man. On 12-12, we didn't get the shiny Articuno, but I've got you down for 12:45. So we got another prediction to get to for you, and then not this one, but on this next reset, I made a prediction of 12:14, 1, 2, 1, 4, because I like the way the numbers look, and we'll try and get this shiny Articuno. We'll try and land this shiny Articuno. It's so weird. Like, I'm figuring out the where my thumb goes on this Joy-Con while we're resetting now, because we just learned that there's an option in the settings that says like skip movies, and when you click that option and you save that to this game, you can click through and skip the cutscene. So that is something I'm practicing right now. I'm trying to get used to, and hopefully it's making these resets a little bit faster. Hopefully. Okay. Okay, that was a little faster. 12:14 was not the shiny. Okay, good to know. All right, now we're working our way to 1, 2, 3, 4, which was Cobalt's prediction, and so we could get the shiny on 1, 2, 3, 4, and land this shiny bird for Cobalt. Yo, that's a fun prediction. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, 12:34. That's a fun prediction. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, Virgil, we missed the 12-12, and I don't know why. I like the 1, 2, 1, 4. That looks good. That looks like a good number combination, but didn't get the shiny there either. Okay. Oops. There we go. There we go. Ah, it's not shiny. Okay. There's something about like 50s music and 60s music too that's like that I like some oldies, you know what I mean? Like oldies got some good songs out there. Like wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Yeah. Yo, hey Mr. Yo, okay, got some 60s music that's pretty good. They've got the 60s and the 50s were pretty funny because they had like I think they tried to create music that was like all ranges of voices. So they typically had like the high squeaky voiced, the high tenor voice like guy that was like I can't do it. And I'm not going to do it on camera, I don't think. That probably wouldn't be a good call, but then they had like the deep once in a while, the deep voice guy that was like kind of like the hype man, he'd just come in and be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like he'd come in and be like, Mr. Postman, like put in that deeper context to the song, and then everyone else was like the chorus, and so oh man, they had some pretty interesting songs just like with like their a cappella group, like that was their band. And then of course, like, Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley were pretty impressive. But yeah, there's some older songs that are kind of like iconic and shaped like what music is today. That's kind of cool. I could appreciate that. But I like that there's music that we haven't gotten to experience yet too. Like I think that's kind of neat. There's going to be a song that comes out that we all know the words to that hasn't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The skip is... I'm getting used to the skip. Okay. What my mind is struggling with right now is when I go to hit plus to skip it, it's hard to remember to hit the home button to like close the software out when I'm not getting the shiny. So yeah, I'm still. Thank you Galactics for letting us know. But I think I've only had like maybe 20 to 30 resets where we've been practicing skipping the cutscene. Okay. So luckily though, Galactics let us know how to skip the cutscene, how to save it to your save file, and we can now skip the Articuno and Mewtwo cutscenes when we get to Mewtwo too. Also, okay. So that's cool. I'm sure that's helping with like the amount of time it's taking us to get these resets done. Because we have to get through like the title screen, the button selector, or the controller selector, and all these different screens before getting to like the Articuno. And then we have been waiting for every cutscene to play out during Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, and now we get to finally skip past these. Yo, seriously, Galactics, thank you so much. If you're ever watching this back and you see this, or I will try and thank you again the next time we get to see you in chat. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, so this should speed things up quite a bit. But we're making our way to 12:34. There's a prediction for Cobalt, and that's what's next. After that, it's going to be 12:42 for Aubrey. Boy. Yeah, I'm curious. You know, I'm thinking about the Spider-Man movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Curious, like, there's been a lot of people that are still. Oops, I think I didn't skip that cutscene that time. There's a lot of people that are still keeping Sadie Sink's character a secret, which is cool. I watched this YouTube channel called New Rockstars Stars, and he did a spoiler free review of the movie, and he said the character that Sadie Sink is playing makes sense, and it's a good portrayal of this character, and it's silly that they kept it a secret, but because all that did was like stifle Sadie Sink being able to speak on the character, and it kind of messed with her press tour, like as they were going through press, because that's pretty much like what the press tour was. It was like around like asking what this character was for Sadie Sink, and she wasn't able to speak on it, but she was able to kind of only say like what she did in the like in her acting and in her performance. So I guess if that was me, I'd probably want to explain like how I enjoyed being this character and how I enjoyed like playing someone. But yeah, I wonder if after I see it, if there's still gonna be like not a lot out there that's saying who the character is. But I'm waiting until I'm probably gonna not see the movie until this weekend. But I am looking forward to seeing it. I'm really excited to see Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I'm guessing with Daniel Dustin Cretton being like the producer, I'm guessing it's gonna be a really like beautifully written story that's going to like help Peter Parker get to a place of authenticity with himself. Because like in the last movie, we found out that like Doctor Strange made a spell that makes everybody forget who Spider-Man's secret identity is, and so nobody knows who Peter Parker is, and so we get to watch that from the beginning and see how that's affecting this kid's life. And I have a feeling that's going to be interesting. I think that's going to be interesting. An interesting way to see Peter Parker on screen. It's going to be an interesting way to like watch this character that we've seen so many different ways, like with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and with Tom Holland. I don't know if we've ever seen Peter Parker in the movies like this, but we have seen Peter Parker like this in the cartoon show. We have seen Peter Parker like this in the comics. And so it'll be cool to see if like what it tells you. It'll be cool to see what kind of story it's telling you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it because I'm curious how it resonates with me, and I think Dustin Daniel Cretton's like really fun as far as like telling impactful stories. It's a really fun way of receiving and watching and just kind of sitting in awe of these characters that he's created so far. And I really liked Wonder Man because like Dustin Daniel Cretton themed Wonder Man in like, so yeah, Simon Williams was kind of struggling with like not like being so focused on his craft that he has not spent any time figuring out like who he is as a person. And so there's these themes around mentorship, and there's these themes around like authenticity in yourself, and so there were some beautiful scenes because of those themes, and that show was a lot of fun to watch, and it was really, really good to watch. I enjoyed that show, and I definitely want to watch it again, because I think it's hard to kind of pick up on what Wonder Man is doing for the broader story of the MCU, but it is a special presentation, so who knows if it's like tied to the broader, you know, story of the MCU, but it does like give us a lot more about what the DODC has for motivations and how that could play a bigger role in what's to come for the future. Man, you know, you have a basically like in Wonder Man, the DODC is like this private, you know, prison, and they're contracted to like have prisoners, and so their motivation is to fill their cells. And I mean, if you want to like paint the picture of what a bad guy is, privatized jails are what that's a good picture to paint for a villain, you know. So yeah, interesting. It'll be interesting to see where that goes, and I think Wonder Man does a lot of legwork for the DODC in that capacity, and that sets up maybe as far as like what the modern what the broader Marvel universe is going to be doing with the DODC. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that comes up more often. And I noticed too, when watching that show, there was like this garbage, there's this garbage like, bin, this giant like garbage receptacle that had like black goo coming out of it, and it was labeled Roxxon. So I don't know if holy shit, we did it! Yes! Okay, we got yes, we got the shiny Articuno. Oh, look at her brown feet. Okay, holy cow, we got the shiny baby. Yo, let's go. I need to get my Pokeballs. What am I doing? Bag? Pokeball? Oh, I have to battle it. Okay. Oh, okay. I have to battle her. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Yo, we got shiny already. 12/28. Yo, a couple days before Christmas Eve, yeah, or New Year's Eve. Okay. We have to defeat her. Look at, oh my god, this is the best shiny. Yo, this is the best shiny out of the legendary trio. Yo, this is it. 12/28. Okay, man. We did it. We got to the shiny. Okay. I was looking for the Master Ball. I was like, let's catch her. Yo. Okay. Okay, one shot, and now we can catch it. Okay. Beauty. Whew! I was going to the bag like, why can't we catch it? And then I forgot that we had to fight it. We've been resetting so much that like I forgot that we had to fight Articuno. Okay. Oh, Articuno batted the Master Ball away, and the Master Ball didn't give up. Okay. Oh, we got the shiny at 12/28. I knew I don't know. I felt like we were gonna get the shiny Articuno today. All right, and I decided, I don't know if it was last stream or the stream before, we are going to use shiny Articuno, shiny Moltres, and shiny Zapdos against green, and we'll use shiny Charizard, shiny Blastoise, and shiny Venusaur against red. There we go. Okay, unfortunately, this shiny didn't land on anybody's prediction, but I'm going to open up one pack of cards, okay? So there we go. We got the shiny. We got the shiny Articuno. Yo, by the way, there you go. Okay, we got the shiny Articuno. So I see it's shiny. Yes, Father Elmo, your prediction was kind of true. Your prediction kind of was true. You know, it was like very much said. You said the prediction, and but we got shiny Articuno today. Yo, we got it today. Okay. All right. I probably should wash my hands just in case we get a hit. I'll be right back because I'm going to open up a pack of cards and I'm going to show it to you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna make sure that like my fingers and the oils and stuff like that, I'm gonna wash all that stuff off. I'll be right back. Yo, okay, so we got it. We got the shiny Articuno. All right, I washed my hands, and I'm gonna open up this pack of cards for you guys. Since we didn't land on anybody's prediction, we're just gonna open up one pack. Okay. I think I can't remember how to do this, but so Yanma. Let me see. Let me Nope. Can I have my screen? Hold on. Why isn't this working? Monster face video capture device. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll do this. Hello. Hello, everybody. Okay, we got Ponyard. Cricketot. Shinx. Oh, Mr. Mime. Galarian Mr. Mime. Oh, we got... Oh, that's kind of a neat foil Tauros. That's kind of neat. Alright, we got Oranguru. Okay, we got a energy card. And then we got Krokorok, Lunatone, and Solrock. Okay, there's no hits. No hits. The only thing that was kind of close to a hit is this like foil Tauros. Let me show you that one. I don't think this is gonna be worth any money, but yeah, that's probably not worth anything. But there you go. We got the foil Tauros. Okay, yo, sorry, sorry we didn't land on anybody's prediction. I'm sorry. Like, yo, the gimmick and the fun part of this was trying to predict the shiny, but we got it at 1,228 resets. Okay. All right, now I think what we're gonna do is go to Cerulean Cave. You know, we're 2 hours and 30 minutes into the stream, so oh man, I think I'm not gonna fight this guy, but at some point maybe we could I could do that. Let's see. Okay. Anyhow, let's bring the girl out. Yo, let's bring Articuno out. Let me put Floppy away. Oh, can I open up the box? Yeah. Move Pokemon, and then we'll go. I gotta get rid of these. Yo, we went to go hunt for Onyx for like a day, and it ran away. Yo, Onyx took off. Move Pokemon, and then we'll go Bop. We'll go Bop. Bop. Sorry, I'm gonna move this up. Oh, yeah, I want to do this, but not there. Move Pokemon. I remember specifically I said every 28th on each 100th. Oh, yeah. Remember, I remember you saying like, You didn't choose 67 or 69. You're like 28 means the world to me. You know, it means so much. If you could make the number 28, that would be magical. And then yeah, we wrote down Father Elmo for every 28th Pokemon. Yeah, we did that, right? I'm pretty sure. Well, regardless, there were no like hits in that pack, so sorry, man. It wasn't very good. Okay. All right. Move. Okay. Move. Yo, we got the shiny. Yo, I'm really happy that we got the shiny. We get to move on to Mewtwo is what that means. And we're one step closer to getting to the red and green battle. So I'm super stoked about that. Yeah, I wanted to move Articuno over at least closer to Aerodactyl over here. There we go. Okay, and now we can put her in the party. And let me mark it too. Yo, there we go. We got Articuno. Let's check her stats. Yo, let's check her summary. It's a hardy nature. Oh no. Okay, she's only got 3 best stats. We got special attack best, defense best, and special defense best. And then every other stat is just okay. Oh no, poor Articuno. Okay. We've got her favorited. Let's put her on the party. I think we could put away Floppy, and then we would take her out of the ball. Wait, can I go here? Yeah. Take out of the ball. Okay. All right. So we've had Moltres, and then we've had Zap. Yo, look at that. Oh man, that looks great. And now we have Articuno. There we go. Let's go to Cerulean Cave. I'll show you like my little run for getting a Master Ball, and then tomorrow we can start looking for Mewtwo. Okay. I think we all here agree that its name should be. What do you guys think the name should be? Yeah. Well, like I get to name it, right? I get to name it, right? It didn't land on anyone's prediction. I didn't name Moltres either, yet. But yo, yeah. Well, we could figure that out maybe during Mewtwo's shiny hunt. Yo, we could make some polls around like what to name Moltres and Articuno. There you go. But yeah, that's a good question, Father Elmo. What do you think Articuno's name should be? Okay, let's fly out of here. Something about toes? Okay, I'm probably not gonna put that in the poll. I mean, here's what we could do. You guys could give me names. Just a list of names, like maybe when we have like, you know, close to 10 people in here, I'll ask you guys for some names, and then I'll pick 4 names out of the names that you guys give me, and then we'll put a poll up for the names that are in the poll that I pick from what you guys give me, and then you guys can decide. Yo, look at this shiny, man. What a beautiful shiny. I fucking love Articuno's shiny. She looks so like frosted and shiny. Okay, yo, we got her. Okay, we're going back to Cerulean Cave. I'll show you guys just kind of like what I'm gonna do to try and find a Master Ball, and then I'll show you guys the trick to get to Mewtwo. All right, so you go in here. Normally in red or blue, right? Like in the cartridge games, or if you go into Fire Red or Leaf Green, yeah. You head into Cerulean Cave, and this place is like a jungle. It's like a maze. It's hard to find. It's hard to figure out. But in this place, it's super easy. All right, and Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. They just said like, hey, we're gonna make this the easiest cerulean cave out of any cerulean cave, and we're gonna show you. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why. So we enter the cave. We just go north to the where the ladder is. Look at that. Look at that Kabuto fossil. Father Elmo, dude, since you're here, I gotta say, I have completed your challenge. I completed your challenge for the shiny legendary birds. Today is the day. I did it. Snapesy did challenge us to find Mewtwo, so we'll find Mewtwo for Snapesy. But you challenged me to find Ghastly. You challenged me to find every Pokemon, and you challenged me to find the legendary birds. And I've completed the legendary bird challenge. I don't think I'm gonna be able to or continue the series so much that I do the every Pokemon challenge. I'm probably not gonna do that. But okay, so in this cave, you take the ladder that goes down there on the farthest left side of the cave, and like farthest leftmost side of the cave, and then you just like take the ladders down, and then you work your way through this bottom of the cave to get to a point where you can surf, and then you're there. You're at Mewtwo. Stardust. You still have long road to encounter every shiny Pokemon in the game. Yeah, no, like I said, dude, I don't think we're doing that challenge. I don't know. We're probably not doing the every Pokemon in this game challenge, so that way we can move forward from here. Oh, we got a Helix fossil. That's pretty cool. Yo, you guys got to see me get a Dome fossil and a Helix fossil, and we made it to the water, okay? And then, like, this is it. This is how easy it is. Full odds shiny hunting, and you need the multiple for the there he is. Look at Mewtwo. Alright, so Snapesy challengers to find Mewtwo. Yeah, Father Elmo, I'm declining the every Pokemon challenge. I apologize. I'm not gonna do it. Yo, you guys, do you want Father Elmo's dreams to come true? And you want me to find every single shiny Pokemon in this game? Because we just got all 3 legendary birds, and we need to find Mewtwo. But I just wanted to show you, we're going to be in Cerulean Cave. We're going to look for Mewtwo right there. He's just a ladder away, you know? By the time you're done with Winds and Waves, we'll have DLC. Yeah, we're not doing that, man. We need to move on. It's time to move on. Yo, if you guys want, though, you let me know. If more people want it than just Father Elmo, not that Father Elmo's not enough or anything like that. It's just such a big challenge. Like, it's not something I want to do. But yeah, if you guys want it, and you know, you guys, if Father Elmo rallies you guys to like join up and say, yo, training reel, hunt every shiny in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if that's what you want. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Because I know, like, I want to move on to my first Nuzlocke. I've never done a Nuzlocke before. But I think we can do it. I think we can do it. And it'll be fun because, you know, shiny hunting was just kind of to have a nice reprieve from Pokemon Champions. We came to Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu to kind of get a reprieve from Pokemon Champions and losing as much as we did and dying all the time and not, you know, not winning. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, it's an easy win. It's a good, you know, solid like vacation from losing in Champions all the time. So that's been nice. I appreciate that, and we've gotten here. So we've got all the legendary birds, and now we just need to get Mewtwo. So what I'm doing right now is looking at these little spots on the ground that are lit up. These produce Master Balls, and so I'm gonna get another Master Ball so that way when we find Mewtwo, we can catch him in a Master Ball and finish all the legendaries that you can get in Let's Go Eevee, and then we'll face off against Pokemon Trainer Red, and we'll face off against Pokemon Trainer Green. But okay, so we made a poll, and you guys voted, and I think maybe you guys are kind of excited for Pokemon Winds and Waves because there's a poll about what starter Pokemon would Frank Castle's The Punisher choose. And I'm ending the poll right now because you guys decided it would be Brout. Brout, the starter Pokemon from the grass starter Pokemon from Winds and Waves. You guys voted 40% for Brout, 30% for Chimchar. You thought Frank Castle would be down for a Chimchar, and then 20% of you voted for Froakie, and then 10% of you voted for Squirtle. So that was 10 votes. So there's basically one vote for Squirtle, 2 for Froakie, 3 for Chimchar, and 4 for Brout. So 4 of you are excited for Winds and Waves, and you think that Frank Castle's Punisher would choose Brout. So hell yeah. I mean it. It wouldn't even be possible to get every shiny in the game. You'll need both game. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to get Oddish or Sandshrew or like Meowth. Okay. All right. Well, yo, look at this shiny bird, man. I'm so stoked that we have Articuno. I'm super stoked that we have Articuno. This is my favorite shiny legendary bird, and we've got it. We've got it right here. So my favorite, legendary bird is Zapdos, but this is in my opinion, this is the coolest shiny, pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Pun intended. There we go. So we got the frozen Articuno. That's even more frozen than it ever was. It wanted to be the very best at being frozen. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for not only this shiny hunt, but it's gonna be it for today's stream. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have a Master Ball, and we'll be looking for shiny Mewtwo tomorrow. Father Omo asked also about the Nuzlocke. What game, and will you avoid hand holding? Yeah, I don't want hand holding. I'm not really interested in hand holding, but I do want you guys to participate. Like, I want you guys to name the Pokemon. I want you guys to make it harder for me to get through the game, and yeah, I gotta figure out how it's structured. I've seen some cool Nuzlocks that is audience participation, and I'm gonna look up some stuff and see how we can make it more fun and exciting. But I don't know what game. I was kind of thinking Fire Red, since that game came out, or Leaf Green, and I don't have it yet, so I'd have to purchase it, and I'm not sure I want to. But I might make a poll on yo, thank you, Shadvan fan. Yeah, we got him. We got Articuno. I might make a poll about whether or not we play Leaf Green. I think is what the game I would choose, because probably most people have Fire Red. We could choose to play Brilliant Diamond as a Nuzlocke, which could make the game a little bit more entertaining and help you guys be invested in the outcome of the game. We could play Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield, maybe, and then we could also choose to do a Nuzlocke for Scarlet and Violet, which would be kind of fun. So depending on what game we choose, and I think I'll make a poll around the time that we catch shiny Mewtwo. I just don't like the idea to imagine someone get aggressive, like Moondrop, for example, when playing the story. Yeah, and hopefully the community won't, you know, like I don't like that idea either. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you, Shed Van Fan. Yo, thank you for all the luck and, you know, wishing that Articuno is not going to be a problem and being here, to, you know, when you can to support the stream. Yo, I appreciate you. Shed Van Fan, yo, this the shiny Articuno is even more beautiful because of like people like people that are supporting these shiny hunts like you, man. So thank you. Yo, it's so awesome. It's so majestic. Look at this freaking bird. So yeah, I'm gonna be going from light spot to light spot, trying to find a Master Ball, and maybe we can find a Master Ball for Mewtwo, and that'd be super awesome. But yeah, I've been considering, you know, what we're gonna do, and it'll either be, you know, one game or another. But I'm gonna put it to a poll, and you guys are gonna choose. So that'll be fun. And then you guys can choose my starter, and then we'll catch whatever random Pokemon show up on each route, and you guys can name it. And then yeah, depending on, like, if we play Scarlet and Violet, you guys can choose like what gym we're going to and stuff like that, and I would have to like catch Pokemon per what route we're going to and stuff like that, and then yeah, I think either way, whatever we end up doing, it's gonna be my first Nuzlocke, and I think we're gonna all have a lot of fun. For Bolts, it's understandable because he's new to battling competitively, and it's also he's also doing every generation, so it'll give him experience. Maybe when going to Platinum, he'll stop needing handholding. Oh, are you gonna help him with Hoenn? I know Hoenn's your favorite game too, so that would be nice to have some you know, you'll have like your favorite game going, and you'll be able to help, you know, somebody that you get to see when they're streaming, and you get to be on their stream. You're like helping out pretty regularly, so that'll be kind of a cool experience, I think, for your Hoenn experiences. Take off the training wheels and see how far you can go. Yeah, I'm not doing, I don't have like any emulators, and I'm not entirely sure how Bolts is playing like Gold and anything in Hoenn, but he's doing Emerald then Platinum. Okay, yeah, that'll be exciting. I know you love Hoenn. I don't have any emulators, but if there are free emulators that are safe, like reliable for your computer, that have like free games where we could play some of the other versions, I'd be down for that. And we could do some shiny hunting and stuff like that. But yeah, I saw somebody has like this card reader where like he puts in a cartridge and has like 6 different save files and does shiny hunting that way. It is super cool, man. And I think that would be something I'd be really interested in doing eventually too. So and I think with PokeTubers, we have the Pokemon games that we have. You know, they're out there. We have Pokemon games that are out there, and you know, we can. I think what I want. So there's a bunch of things that I want to do with this channel. One of the things, what I'm thinking about doing after a Nuzlocke, is maybe playing the Gale of Darkness with you guys. So that's one of the things I've been thinking of too. So I'm pensive. I'm curious. I want to know what you guys want. I'm giving him the suggestion to play both X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for Gen 6. Same for Gen 5 and 7, both sequels. Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, that's cool. I hope he chooses things that, yeah, regardless of what Bolts chooses, I think it'll be a fun time. Same here though, right? Like we're gonna have a fun time. I think I had a lot of fun with playing Sword with you guys. You guys chose some really cool things, and you know, fighting Leon at the end of the championship with just Nugget, yo, that was legendary, man. You know, it's an experience I think I'll never forget. And you know, I have a feeling that every Butterfree we ever get is gonna probably be called Nugget. So yeah. I don't know if we'll not ever have a Nugget, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it changed changed the channel in that way, and I think that, like, you know, the more experiences we have like that, the more growth and cool memories we'll have with Pokemon. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna try and find a Master Ball. We finally got shiny Articuno after 1,228 resets. Unfortunately, we didn't land the shiny on anybody's predictions, but we did open up a pack of cards and got a Tauros, like a hollow Tauros card. So probably not worth anything, but yeah, I'm excited for what's to come. We're gonna shiny hunt Mewtwo. That's gonna take a while. I'd imagine it's gonna take a while, or it could be quick. I don't know, but we will battle red and battle green, and we'll be deciding what to do next. Can't say the same for Gen 4, since I do understand Gen 4 is by far the single most iconic generation of all time. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Diamond and Pearl has a lot of issues, hence why BDSP flopped. Yeah, I don't think it's an uncommon or hard, like, it's not like a hot take to say if ILCA and Game Freak just remade like Pokemon Platinum for the Switch, that probably would have been a better game. So with Platinum, we'll have a much better experience and a much harder challenge. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be doing any of the battle towers or things along those lines, but yeah, that could be challenging too. But I think I'm gonna end stream here. I think you guys have a pretty good idea and an understanding of what we got Articuno, and you know what's next. We'll do Mewtwo. We'll face off against red and green, and then we'll be starting our Nuzlocke. So whatever Nuzlocke you guys end up choosing, and that'll be cool. So that's gonna be it for me today. I am excited to start Mewtwo's shiny hunt tomorrow. Yo, we'll be we'll watch the cutscene maybe once or twice now that we know how to skip it, and I think the new X-Men episode came out today, so I'm gonna watch that hopefully, and then I'm gonna try and support some of the community that are building up their channels. So I'll be heading there. But thanks guys so much for being here and supporting the channel here. I'll look forward to seeing you guys in tomorrow's premiere of shiny hunting Mewtwo, and hopefully we'll get a Master Ball for Mewtwo as well. Okay, all right, thank you again so much, and today was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. Don't forget to level up. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and I hope you have an amazing, incredible day. All right, bye guys. Bye.